Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the first class from the series of Arabic language, which are meant for any basic learner of Arabic language. Inshallah, today we are going to start with the Arabic alphabet, like we all have in every language, be it French, be it Chinese, be it Japanese, and every other language we have on the hard surface today. When you go back to every language people speak today, you will find out that all these languages have their alphabets, because the alphabet consists of the letters which constitute every word we say in whatever language we speak today. If you are speaking English, so that means all the words you say in English were being constituted by some letters. Some letters come together to give you this word you're saying. For example, you say boy. In the word boy, we have some letters there. And if you see anyone who could read, or if you can provide anyone who could read any English text very well, it means such person has learned about the English alphabet and has been able to identify the letters himself. That is why one of the importance of learning, starting with this basic knowledge, is that it helps in reading or in identifying of any Arabic word. And this is the basic thing. The first thing you need to know is the letters. If you don't know the letters, it will be very hard for you to learn and read Arabic text yourself. And learning Arabic has some importance. As a Muslim, Allah says in Surah Yusuf, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أنزلناه قرآنا عربيا, that we've sent إنا جعلناه قرآنا عربيا, we have made the Quran an Arabic Quran. That is, Allah has made Arabic language, Allah has chosen Arabic language to be the language of Quran. And that is why you see many scholars of Muslims today striving to learn Arabic language, because it is not possible to learn much and more about Islam without Arabic language. Fine, there are some books that have been that has been translated to English and some other languages on house office today, but that doesn't make you a scholar. A true scholar of Islam will understand Arabic grammar, because there are some books today that they have not been translated into any language, and they might not even be translated till the day of Qiyamah. There are some ancient books like that, and this translation we're talking about cannot give you the exact meaning of the Arabic word. That is why learning about Arabic itself is a means of learning, is a means which simplifies the road to understanding Islam, religion of Islam. So learning more about Arabic opens door for a fast and easy way to learn about Islam, because when you understand Arabic language, you will be able to read a lot about about Islam, because most of the ancient books written about Islam were all written in Arabic language. Another importance of you learning about this language is that when you know about Arabic language, you will be able to read Quran yourself. it is not that as a Muslim who can't read any Arabic text, it doesn't mean that you can't read Quran. Yes, you can, through memorization, whereby you sit and someone will be there teaching you what has to be learned regarding your Quran, all the chapters you intended to learn from the Quran. But for you to take the Quran yourself and read yourself, you won't be able to do that. Do you understand? But when you learn about this Arabic language, you will be able to read Quran yourself without having someone beside you trying to put you through. After you've perfected your Arabic reading, and reading Quran is one of the means of worship, because according to the definition the scholars gave Quran, they said Al-Quran huwa kalamullah al-munazzal ala nabiyyihi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam biwasitati Jibril al-muta'abbad bitilawatih. The Quran is Allah's speech which was sent, revealed to the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam through angel Jibril, which its mere reading is regarded as an act of worship. In a hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, for every letter you pronounce in the Quran, there will be a tenfold of reward. And he said, I didn't mean like you saying Bismi. No, I mean the ba, the sin, the mim, like that. Now look at how many reward one is going to get while trying to read the Quran. Do you understand? So another importance of learning this is that it helps in understanding how to read the Quran, which is one of the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in a nutshell, as a Muslim, I mean a serious one, we should at least know Arabic. And knowing Arabic also simplifies some acts of worship for us. For example, in Salat, there are many places you can actually say some prayers there. But these prayers, you have to say them in Arabic language. And if you don't know Arabic language, you will be missing a lot. You won't be able to say them. But for someone who has a basic knowledge of Arabic language, it will be much easier for such person to say in that regard. So because of this, as a Muslim, we should all strive to learn about this language. Not because the language itself is an act of worship, no, but because the language has been chosen as the language for our religion, yani Islam. And because of that, there are many things that if we intend to know better, we have to pass through Arabic language. So this is a course regarding the basic knowledge of Arabic language. And this is the first module, Al-Wahdatul Ula, the first module. And in this module, we'll be talking about the Arabic letters or Arabic alphabets. So, the first thing we are going to talk about here is Huruful Hijah, that is the spelling letters, or you call it Al-Huruf Al-Arabiyya Al-Hijahiyya, the Arabic letters. So in these letters, we have all we have on the screen. And regarding the number of the letters, we have to say this. Perhaps you might have come across another reading, another style from the one we'll be using today. According to the classification or the numbers of the letters, we have a view which says we have 30 letters. We have another view from the scholars which says we have 28 letters. We have another views from the scholars which says we have 29 letters. And that of 29 appears to be the most correct view to me because of some reasons which we are going to talk about. One of them is, you see some people, they start their own letters with alif, but the scholars, they made it clear to us, and with experiences we've also got, it was made clear and known that alif is a letter which can't stand on its own. Alif can never stand on its own, and that is why we have lam alif. We have al-huruf al-mantuqa, then we have al-huruf al-maktuba. There are some letters that you only pronounce them, they are just like mere sound, one of which is our alif. So you can't say alif fatha ah, because alif is just a sound which can never stand on its own. And that is why you see them starting the Arabic letters with Hamza, not alif. And that is what we are also going to start with in our class. We are starting with Hamza, not alif, because I also go by that view which says I go with the view which says that alif is not a letter that can stand on its own, and that is why we say the first letter we are having on the Arabic letters or alphabet is Hamza, not alif. Now let's go. So after that, we also have another one again, which is our lam alif, and that is where our lam comes in, our alif comes in of one. So we have, don't you forget, alif looks like one, like this, it resembles one. And we have lam also to be like this. We are coming back to it. There is a letter called lam, so the letter looks like this. So the scholars of Arabic, they decided to put the alif alongside with lam. I didn't mean that they've decided to put it in kaf or some other letter. There wouldn't be anything like lam alif, but they decided to put it in lam. Then we should take it like that. So they now brought this alif here to this side, and that's how they got this lam alif here. So lam alif means lam and alif, and the letter they actually meant here is not alif, is not lam. The letter they meant there was alif, but because alif can't stand on its own, and that was why they decided to put it together with lam in this case. Beautiful. So let's go on. Hamza, we are going to read now. We start with the reading of the Arabic letters. Nabda ala barakatillah. Hamza, 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 Ba, Ba, Ta, Ta, Tha, Tha, Jim, Jim, Ha, Ha, Kho, Kho, Dal, Dal, Zal, Zal, Ro, Ro, Zai, Zai, Sin, Sin, Shin, Shin, Sod, Sod, Bod, Bod, To, To, Vo, Vo, Ain, Ain, Ghoin, Ghoin, Fa, 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 Qaf, 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 Kaf, 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 Lam, 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 Mim, 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 Noon, 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 Wow, 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 Ha, 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 Lam Alif, Lam Alif, Lam Alif, Hamza, Hamza, Ya, Ya, Ya. Beautiful. This is the reading of the Arabic alphabet. There shouldn't be this Hamza again, since we already have an Hamza here. But because of the book we are using, my view doesn't go along with the view of the author of this book in some regards. So that is why we are having two Hamza. According to the view of this author, the first letter here will be called Alif Majazan, not because it is Alif, but it is expected to be called Alif according to him. So which happens not to be the most correct view to me, and what some of the scholars have said. Now the last letter here we say it is Ya. Basically Ya has two dots at the bottom, but sometimes the ya might be taken away, and that doesn't change the letter from being ya. So this is ya. Inshallah, this is where we're going to stop today. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless what we've learned today. But before we go, there is another thing we need to call our attention to, which is the classification of the letters into the letters of every pronunciation and the letters of light pronunciation. Al-huruf al-isti'la wal-huruf al-istifal. We have some letters whereby when you pronounce them heavily. You pronounce them with every pronunciation. Why some attracts a light pronunciation. For example, when you look at the letter here, it is pronounced ho, ho, ho. When you look at that pronunciation compared to ha, 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 you and I, we all know that ha is more lighter in pronunciation than ho, ho. This one sounds more heavier, while this one is light. Ha, ho. So there are letters of heavy pronunciation. We call them huruful isti'la. These letters, when you pronounce them, the lower palate of your mouth rises up to the upper palate of your mouth. So, and these letters, they are the ones in red cycle, like ho, ho, sod, sod, bod, bod, to, to, vo, vo, ghoin, ghoin, qaf, qaf, qaf. These 6 letters, they all have every pronunciation. They are the letters under al-isti'la, huruf al-isti'la, letters of every pronunciation. And thereby we have lam and ra. Even you might have asked, you might have been asking yourself, what about ra, ra? It's also pronounced heavily. Yes, that is it. But when you look at the 2 letters in green cycle, I mean the ra and the lam, they have green cycle. I intentionally put them in green cycle because they share the attribute of being pronounced heavily and being pronounced lightly, and that is why they didn't fall under any of these 2 categories. They didn't fall per se under the letters of under the group of letters with every pronunciation, and they didn't also fall, or they do not also fall under the letters of light pronunciation, because they share the attribute of these 2 categories. Your ra sometimes will be pronounced lightly, and sometimes it will be pronounced heavily. The same also applies to your lam. Your lam sometimes will be pronounced lightly, and sometimes it will be pronounced heavily. So, and that is why they have their ruling peculiar to them only. So, where do you have to pronounce your lightly? Where do you have to pronounce it heavily? These are the things we are going to talk about in our advanced class, not in this class. When you start reading spelling like a compound words, that is when you're going to learn about all this. So the letters in red are the letters of every pronunciation, while the others are the letter of light pronunciation, because when you pronounce them lightly, like sin, shin, ta, tha. Nothing is heavy there. Unlike bod, bo, vo. So this is what we're going to stop regarding today's class. ونسأل الله أن يبارك فيما تعلمنا وفيما سنتعلم إنه على ذلك قدير وبالإجابة جدير. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.